Hi, Katie. I'm Devon.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I was referred to talk to you because this is your first arrest, your first time incarcerated. So I just wanted to see how you're doing.
This is awful. This is such a terrible experience. I've only been here for 1 week. I can't be here any longer.
Okay. Have you talked to your lawyer? Have you went to court?
No, I think I'm just waiting for sentencing or something right now. I don't really know what's going on.
Okay. I see here that you have a intent to sell marijuana. Is that your charge?
That's my charge, but I wasn't intending to sell. I wasn't that wasn't even those weren't my drugs.
Okay. Well, you had them on you?
No, I was driving my friend's car and my friend was in the car, and they were in my pocket, but they weren't they were my friend's jeans even. They weren't even mine. Nothing. It wasn't my drugs. I shouldn't have been arrested for that. My friend should have been arrested for it.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you have any problems with drugs or alcohol? Do you use?
I mean, I guess I smoke weed sometimes with my boyfriend, but I mean, it's not bad or anything. I don't think so. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't. Do you see anything negative from it at all?
Not really. It calms me down. It calms us both down, and then we just kind of, hang out with the kids, and it's fine.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yeah, I do. I have 3 kids.
You have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going being in here? And
it's so hard not being able to see them or talk to them.
Yeah.
It's been a week, and I seriously just feel like my heart is just outside of my body. They're my everything.
Yeah. I bet that is hard. Do you know where your children are?
They're with my boyfriend right now.
Okay.
That's their dad.
Okay. Do you feel okay about that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's a really great dad. I mean, he smokes weed too, but he's a really, really great dad. So I'm not worried about it. I just want to see him is all,
Yeah. Do you ever see it affect him whenever he smokes weed?
Usually he's okay. I mean, every once in a while he does other stuff too, but usually that's not around the kids. Sometimes he'll bring crack around, but it's really rare that he does that.
And then how does that make you feel when he does that?
Usually I wouldn't care, but just whenever it's around the kids, I really just don't really want it around the kids.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Why is that?
It just seems too heavy of it. It just seems too heavy, to be around. My kids are little. They're 5, 3, and then my other one just turned 1.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So they're really little.
Busy.
Yes, absolutely, usually. But yeah, I just don't want him to bring the drugs around the kids. I think weed is okay, which I don't really smoke weed that much. I only smoke occasionally. He smokes a lot. He's always high all the time. But I don't really smoke that much. So, and I feel that's okay because I'm the one that usually takes care of him, so.
But how do you feel about him smoking a lot or every day?
I feel he spends a lot of money on it, so that kind of is hard on our relationship sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, have you ever, and then you said that occasionally. How much is occasionally?
Maybe 2, 3 times a week.
Okay. And is there anything in particular, something that motivates you to want to smoke, or you just
usually
want to do?
Yeah, no, usually it's just we're all sitting around, with our friends that are at the house, and we're just somebody will just pass you a bowl, and then you're just okay,
Yeah.
I mean, even when the kids are there, because it doesn't really affect me that much.
Right.
So I feel it's not that bad,
Yeah.
And I mean, I say he smokes a lot. I don't really smoke as much, but he doesn't really drink at all. Not that much. He drinks every once in a while, if we're all drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I drink a lot. That's my vice,
Okay.
for life. So I drink a lot and then I smoke, here and there.
Okay.
So
When you drink, does it make you want to maybe smoke more, or
it
does
did
the one go with the other?
Yeah, so sometimes it does, but sometimes it makes me sick.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. Whenever I feel like if I drink a lot, then if I smoke, I get really sick. So I don't usually do that.
Stings going.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's the worst.
That's on.
So.
Okay, well, let's go back to. So you said that the marijuana was in your jeans, which were your friend's jeans, but where did the officer get intent to sell? Because usually, if it's just on you, that would be a possession. Were you showing it to someone, or what was going on?
Well, in my car, we had, like I said, it wasn't my car, it was my friend's car.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a scale and then a bunch of I guess a bunch of little bags, but I mean,
okay.
So obviously it kind of looked like it
Yeah.
was me.
Yeah.
I've got the weed on me and got a bunch of bags and so I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, that's a sticky situation for sure.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you're saying, but it wasn't your car.
Right, it wasn't my car. My friend was the one who sells the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we were on our way to another friend's house to drop off the weed because he originally bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we were taking his portion there, and then we were going to grab the money from him.
Okay. So you're saying that he had already bought the weed, but you were just taking it to him and then picking up the money.
Yeah.
But you see how that can be misconstrued though to sound like maybe you weren't meaning to sell it, but you were transporting it.
Yeah.
For sale.
Yeah, because it wasn't I think that was what it was too, is it wasn't my money or my weed.
Right.
So I was kind of along for the ride and just kind of driving, you know. But I do kind of see where you're coming from. I didn't look at it like that.
Yeah. So, and I heard that you say that you don't really feel like it changes you that much, or your boyfriend whenever you smoke marijuana, but it does kind of influence you to bring in other things like alcohol or crack, and you don't like those things.
So alcohol, if I am high first, then I drink a lot. If I'm drunk first, then I don't really smoke. But if I'm high first, I can drink so much, and I can just keep drinking until I go to sleep. And then I wake up and I don't know what happened the night before,
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, my boyfriend, he just he'll just get high and then he'll just play with the kids.
Yeah.
So.
Well, for the sake of, since you're here and I want you to make the most of your time while you're here, I know being incarcerated is not fun, it's your first time, but to make this, for you to get something out of it, just what are you thinking once you get out? Are you thinking of, has this motivated you to want to look at anything different, or once you get out, because this is bringing something into your life that is not very fun?
Not fun at all. As far as getting out goes, where we're living right now, we're having a really hard time, making rent.
Right.
So sometimes, which I'm kind of nervous to tell you about all of this, what is it, confidentiality?
Yeah, as long as you, the only things that I have to record is if you want to hurt yourself or someone else.
Okay.
And if I think that anyone's in danger.
Okay. So, my boyfriend, he does sell crack and weed.
Okay.
Because that's how we have to make up for our income to make rent.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. And it really stinks because you're trying to, keep your home for your kids and everything, but doing those things can come with, you've seen how the system works, with incarceration.
Mhm.
And then that, I mean, if you and your boyfriend were both called at the same time, where would your kids go?
Yeah.
You know,
You're
so
right.
yeah.
Where would they go?
So it's just something to think about
Mhm.
for their safety and for you and your boyfriend's safety, because there's a lot of people I've seen too that when they get into that they can meet some people that can be violent or
Mhm.
get robbed and different things like that. So it might be good for you to maybe see if there's some resources out there for you and your family to look at. Maybe I know there's a good resource for people that live in East Nashville with helping with their like electricity and their water. If you sign up for, have you ever looked at like Section 8 housing?
Oh gosh, yeah. All my friends live over there in Section 8 housing.
Yeah. No, do you not?
Well, they all want me to live over there with them, but I don't know. It just seems like I don't really want my kids around all those other kids, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, but on one hand, there's that your concern of living, you know, whatever is going on over there, or you want to keep continuing what you're doing and possibly be incarcerated and your kids be taken away.
Yeah.
You know?
I
So
never really thought of it like
there's
that.
some options to look at. And, you know, there's other places to look at. There's some pretty nice places that good resources that can help you with rent, and some good resources for budgeting too. If you and your boyfriend are both working, and maybe sit down and do a budget together, and that way you know where your money's going. And
yeah, I really would be interested in something like that, because right now we just kind of, you know, spend money as we need to, and then like sometimes as we don't need to. I mean, we have food stamps and stuff like that, but you know, like that only gets you so far. It doesn't like pay for your rent or anything. So
right,
yeah,
and you know, looking into how much you spend as far as on alcohol or marijuana and crack, like. You said that you're using it as well as selling it, so that's also, you know, dipping into your profit.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's like a little bit of extra money for you to kind of budget out, so it wouldn't be so hard for you to get your bills in order or to look at other places.
It's just hard though to like stop doing those things though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, because it's like everything's so stressful anyway, that like smoking weed and like drinking sometimes isn't. I mean, that helps. Yeah. You know. So.
Well, and it's also if you've ever heard of Mental Health Cooperative or Centerstone, they have really good therapy that you can go into if you ever just want to go talk to somebody, because I know life can be super stressful sometimes when you have kids and your job and bills and everything. So if you ever wanted to go and talk to someone and they do it off of your income, so if you're on TennCare, it wouldn't cost nearly anything. Also, there's like some really good little things that you can do for yourself, like mindfulness meditation, where you just can sit and do some breathing exercises, which I know sounds cheesy. I know it sounds cheesy, but
good luck getting my boyfriend to do that kind of stuff. Gosh.
Well, maybe if you start doing it and he kind of sees like, oh, well, she's benefiting from this, it might open that door up to have that conversation.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
But yeah, I mean, but what you're saying is, from this experience, you know, that you're seeing consequences come from the drinking and smoking and all of that. And I definitely don't want you, like, I'm having a great time talking to you, but I don't want to see you back in here. And I want your kids to have you at home. Because you seem like you're a good parent, you know, and I know it's hard when money and everything, but that you shouldn't get caught up in the system of going to jail. It's just...
No, I don't ever want to come back here.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's not fun to be. So yeah, well, I'm gonna, you said that you don't know when your next court date is?
My I don't even know who to go to ask these questions.
Well, I can actually look up in the system when your next court date is, or if you have a court date coming up, and then I can follow up with you if that court date's a little while out. I can follow up with you maybe next week, or let you know if it's pretty soon.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So I'll meet back with you, okay,
Yeah,
Katie?
thank
Best of
you.
luck to you. It's good to meet you.
Thank you. Good to meet you too. Thanks so much. Beautiful.